Being short on discretionary funds doesn't mean you can't travel, it just means you have to travel smart. Some budget travelers avoid the United States because they don't believe there are any cheap places to visit in the USA, but that's simply not true. Traveling to the US doesn't mean having to shell out the big bucks. America is a dream destination for many travelers, and there are still some great budget-friendly cities in the United States. So, get wandering without breaking the bank. We crunched the numbers to find the cheapest places to travel in the USA on a budget. We collected travel tips for these top 19 best affordable vacation spots in the US. If you're traveling on a strict budget, keep these affordable US destinations in mind. Number 19. Raleigh, North Carolina. Planning affordable family vacations in the USA can be tricky, but Raleigh offers local events, activities, and entertainment options within a wide range of budgets. This is the state's capital and one of the 3 anchor cities for the Research Triangle Park. The other 2 are Durham and Chapel Hill. While the area is known for its major research universities, Raleigh offers other educational spots geared toward kids that aren't quite old enough for college yet. One of the city's main draws for families is the Marbles Kids Museum, which offers a variety of imaginative interactive exhibits with age-appropriate hands-on activities like playing fireman or creating art. The North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences also is in downtown Raleigh. For outdoor activities, you can head over to Pullen Park to ride a carousel or train or rent a paddle boat in season. Everyone can afford an inexpensive vacation to Raleigh. Raleigh's affordable hotels, restaurants, and low taxes make it one of the cheapest travel destinations in the US. Number 18. Miami, Florida. Miami is surprisingly one of the best cheap tropical vacations in the US. Miami might seem like a pricey area code, but in reality, it can be a great budget vacation if you plan in advance and avoid holiday weekends. If you fly outside peak times, such as weekends and holidays, you can find really cheap flights. If you have a flexible schedule and can travel mid-week, Miami becomes even more affordable. Food is also affordable in Miami, Florida. There are plenty of affordable restaurants where you can eat incredibly well. A giant sandwich from La Sandwichery, Cubanos from Las Olas, Al Pastor from Coyo Taco, and fancy toast from Zach the Baker are just a few must-eats. Spend your vacation soaking up the sun and just walking around sightseeing. Some of Miami's best attractions like lounging on South Beach and seeing the Wynwood Walls are totally free. If you limit your partying, Miami is actually really affordable. Number 17. Greenville, South Carolina. Charleston may be the obvious choice for a city vacation in South Carolina, but Greenville is an underrated and affordable spot that offers many of the same pleasures like excellent food, the great outdoors, a slow-paced southern vibe, and family-friendly activities. Rent a Greenville bicycle and explore the 20-mile Swamp Rabbit Trail, taste your way through the Saturday Farmers Market, and take in the urban oasis at Falls Park on Reedy. Just outside the city, you'll find Paris Mountain and Table Rock State Parks for great hiking and boating. Greenville happens to be one of the hottest food cities in the South. Chow down on southern classics like pimento cheese, fried oysters, and shrimp and grits at Sassafras, and if there's one splurge-worthy meal, it's Sean Brock's Southern Farm to Table spot, Husk. Number 16. Boulder, Colorado. Boulder is a top vacation spot for young people in America. It's also one of the cheapest places to live in the US and an amazing place to travel on a budget. This laid-back college town, home to the University of Colorado Boulder, attracts hippies, locavers, and nature enthusiasts for its crunchy granola vibes and proximity to the Boulder River and the Rocky Mountains. While visiting Boulder, Colorado, visit the cheap eateries, bookstores, art galleries, thrift shops, and live music gigs. Walk around Pearl Street Mall, the main pedestrian shopping street where you'll find Boulder Bookstore and Peppercorn, a local favorite spot for home goods and gifts. Boulder also has lots of places to eat and drink well on a budget, like Odd 13 Brewing, Brew, Santo, and Blackberry Butcher and Market. Or venture outside the city for canoeing on the Boulder River and hiking in the Rocky Mountains. Boulder boasts some of the best hiking in Colorado, like the trails at Chautauqua Park and Red Rocks Park, and best of all, it's absolutely free. There are plenty of places to catch an affordable concert, like the gorgeous Red Rocks Amphitheater and Fox Theater. Number 15. Tucson, Arizona. Tucson is located in the north of the US-Mexico border and is heavily influenced by the desert region in which it stands. This Sonoran desert city has all the makings for a good getaway. It is a great place to visit when traveling on a budget in the USA. A college town with a large artist population, Tucson boasts a creative spirit, great restaurants, and plenty of options for those who like to party. The local people are very friendly, the food is amazing, and there are lots of cool attractions just waiting to be explored. Art lovers can visit the University of Arizona's Center for Creative Photography and Museum of Art, or browse the many smaller galleries and studios like Madara's and Davis Dominguez. Visit Hamilton Distillers to taste locally made whiskeys and Borderlands for craft beer. For a meal your stomach and wallet will appreciate, there's breakfast at Welcome Diner or Tallboys and delicious Mexican food at the Little One. From hiking a scenic trail to ogling stunning architecture, there is definitely no shortage of amazing things to do in Tucson. Number 14. Glacier National Park, Montana. Another one of the best vacations to go in the USA is Glacier National Park. For an affordable outdoorsy vacation perfect for couples or families, consider visiting Glacier National Park in Northwestern, which offers over 700 miles of hiking trails and some of the most stunning vistas in the country. Located in the Rocky Mountains of northern Montana, this massive expanse of wilderness is heaven to travelers seeking some real quality time with nature. The rangers here often lead free activities such as hiking and stargazing, and there is plenty of exploring you can do on your own. Make sure to rent a car and drive the Going to the Sun Road, a 50-mile scenic stretch that takes you past valleys, glaciers, waterfalls, and the Continental Divide at Logan Pass. Number 13. Moab, Utah. If you're interested in camping, exploring the desert, and seeing mind-blowing natural rock formations, Moab is one of the best vacation spots in the US. Most people associate Moab with the famous fiery red rock formations of Arches National Park. Moab, Utah is not far from Arches National Park, a hotspot among backpackers and road trippers in the western USA. This desert city in southeastern Utah has lots to offer travelers, especially those seeking outdoor adventure. Downtown Moab is full of health-focused eateries like Peace Tree Juice Cafe, watering holes like Moab Brewery, and quirky shops like Moab Rock Shop. For those hoping to experience nature at its finest, camping sites are prevalent around Canyonlands National Park and Sand Flats Recreation Area. Number 12. Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is definitely not one of the cheapest places to live in the US, but it is a cheap vacation spot. If you're just visiting for a few days, find a budget hotel or stay in a hostel. You can spend your days enjoying world-famous attractions like the Washington Monument, the White House, Capitol Hill, and the multiple incredible Smithsonian museums. All of these are free to visit. To further immerse yourself in the culture and history of the U.S. capital city while saving money, consider volunteering for some project. You can work for your accommodation, meet lots of interesting people, and get a local's insight into the city. Make memories that will last a lifetime helping a project in Washington, D.C. Number 11. Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston, South Carolina may not strike you as one of the cheapest cities in the U.S. Still, if you plan accordingly and visit in the slower months, you'll find it's an ideal tourist destination that doesn't require a big budget. You'll enjoy a lot of fun things to do in Charleston. Enjoy gorgeous scenery, waterfront parks, a quick drive to Folly Beach, and experience that infamous southern charm anywhere you go. Stroll the Charleston City Market, with 4 blocks of small businesses and locals selling goods. Walk the Battery, a defensive seawall and promenade in Charleston with famous antebellum homes. Take in the sights from Charleston Waterfront Park, like the harbor and the Cooper River. Enjoy a guided walking history and bar tour. Don't miss a peek at Rainbow Row, with 13 pastel-colored historic homes in South Carolina. Number 10. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Head to Oklahoma's capital, nicknamed the Modern Frontier, for Western cowboy culture, working stockyards and oil wells, a surprisingly buzzy art scene, and hotels. It's an especially low price for a destination with a slew of new improvements and attractions like the Oklahoma Contemporary Arts Center, a 70-acre scissortail park, streetcar lines, and more. There are also museums, including the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum, and Oklahoma City Museum of Art, but don't miss the opportunity to attend a horse show in the horse show capital of the world. Many are free or priced very low. Oklahoma City is also known for its Bricktown Entertainment District, an old warehouse district that transformed into an entertainment hotspot with a scenic canal winding through it. As it undergoes further evolution, expect to see this city get hotter than ever. Number 9. Memphis, Tennessee. A trip to the birthplace of blues, soul, and rock and roll deserves a spot on your cheap travel bucket list. Explore the University of Memphis and all its grandiose buildings and culture. For cheap things to do in the city, visit the Memphis Brooks Museum. See where rock and roll was born at Sun Studio, where Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and B.B. King recorded iconic albums. Hop into the Blues Hall of Fame for a glimpse at one-of-a-kind albums and photographs from famous blues artists like Muddy Waters, Pee Wee Crayton, and more. Witness Memphis's most iconic sights for yourself on a guided city tour downtown, including the Pyramid and the Lorraine Motel. Tour Memphis. Stax Museum of American Soul Music. If you're in the mood to splurge, visit Graceland, the home of Elvis Presley. Memphis is one of the cheapest places to travel with the most culture and rich history in the USA. Number 8. Portland, Maine. New England is generally an expensive area of the USA, but visiting outside the busy summer season will save you money on flights and accommodation. Portland, Maine is a trendy town full of unique shops, art galleries, amazing restaurants, and nice bars. Try the New England seafood and lobster rolls at Eventide Oyster Company, small plates at Central Provisions, and amazing Italian food at 4th Street. Take a day trip outside the city center to visit the rocky beaches and lighthouses of the wild, beautiful Maine seashore. Make sure to take a trip to Cape Elizabeth, a coastal town with a famous lighthouse and lobster shack at 2 Lights. Portland is also a perfect starting point from which you can explore the nearby beach towns of Kennebunkport, Ogunquit, and Rockport. Try to visit between September and November. The weather will be a bit cold, but the cheap prices and smaller crowds during autumn will be worth it. You may even get to see some famous New England fall foliage. Number 7. Savannah, Georgia. Even with a limited budget, you can turn a trip to Savannah into the perfect getaway for the whole family, a romantic couple's retreat, or a friend's vacation. There are so many completely free things to do in Savannah, Georgia, making it one of the cheapest vacations you can take. Hotel rates are reasonable, and there aren't any major attractions to jack up the prices during particular seasons. You'll experience lovely southern charm and enjoy exploring the city proper any time of year. Explore the cobblestone streets of the historic district, browse affordable art at Roots Up Gallery and Shopskid, which features art and handmade jewelry by students and faculty of the university, and chow down on southern soul food at Mrs. Wilkie's Dining Room or the Old Pink House. Stroll through the beautiful Forsyth Park and visit the various squares and parks in the heart of the city. Take a free walking tour to learn more about the city's history. Visit Tybee Island and soak up some sun at the beach. Admire the natural beauty of the botanical garden or go for a hike at McQueen's Island Trail. Tour the Ghost Coast Distillery for free. Number 6. Salt Lake City, Utah. Salt Lake City is one of the most underrated destinations in the US, and it's an awesome place to visit for families, couples, and solo travelers. Salt Lake City is one of the best fall destinations in the USA and is also known as the world headquarters of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Salt Lake City is wonderful to visit in the summertime for hiking, mountain biking, cultural activities, and sightseeing. It offers a wide variety of free historic visitor attractions at its historic Temple Square. Then in the winter, this is a top destination for skiing and other snow sports. However, due to its popularity as a winter destination, you'll typically save money by visiting Salt Lake City in the spring, summer, or fall instead. Utah Transit Authority operated a low-cost transport system that will help you to save some bucks while traveling the city. However, the best thing about it as a tourist destination is that many of its museums, gardens, and major attractions are completely free. Number 5. Phoenix, Arizona. The desert town of Phoenix, Arizona is one of the cheapest places to travel to, especially in the summertime. If the heat doesn't bother you, Phoenix has fun, cheap things to do all over the city and its surrounding areas. Downtown Phoenix has great nightlife, from live music and unique restaurants to bars, pubs, and event spaces. Explore the Arizona State University campus with its sprawling lawns and gorgeous buildings. Among the best things to do in Phoenix is to visit museums. Plenty of Phoenix's museums offer free museum days, including the Children's Museum and the Desert Botanical Garden. There are free public parks and splash pads all over Phoenix. Try Gilbert, Mesa, and Queen Creek for the best public parks. Visit the Phoenix Zoo for an affordable entrance fee, which is much cheaper than zoos in other areas. The Grand Canyon is about 3 hours and 40 minutes from Phoenix, but it's worth the trip if you have the time. Number 4. New Orleans, Louisiana. If you're looking to have a fun time in New Orleans but don't want to open up your wallet, no worries. There are plenty of ways to explore the city at a cheap. Lovers of art, music, and architecture will absolutely thrive in New Orleans. This exciting southern city is the perfect place for cheap vacations in the US, as it is truly very cheap here year-round. Accommodation and food are affordable, and there is so much public art on display that won't cost you a dime. Check out the regal architecture of the French Quarter and the artwork on display in Jackson Square. Also, just wander around and you're sure to discover lots of street art and free jazz clubs, and if you go in January, you can attend the parades of Mardi Gras. Number 3. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The city of brotherly love would love to host you on your family vacation. We know you'll have a blast exploring this big city that is filled with cool attractions. Save money and witness American history at Independence Hall. It's a must-see and is totally free. Stand in the room where the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776. Experience the Liberty Bell in real life at Independence Hall National Historical Park. Hang out at Spruce Street, Harbor Park or Franklin Square for some fresh air and sunshine. Visit popular public art like the iconic Love sculpture and the Rocky statue, 2 free attractions in Philadelphia. Stroll through Elfreth's Alley, home to 18th century colonial Philadelphians. Take a guided ghost tour by candlelight. Number 2. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Traveling to American cities often comes with a hefty price tag. But if you're heading to Albuquerque on your next vacation, you are in luck. Many travelers consider it one of the cheapest places to visit in the USA. There's a lot to do and see in the high desert city of Albuquerque. From various museums to gallery tours, from Native American culture to historic old towns, Albuquerque offers plenty of fun and free things to do during your visit. Whether exploring the modern downtown area or a abode-filled old town, you can expect a diverse and active destination with rich Native American influence and beautiful scenery. Make sure to include Albuquerque's museums, traditional New Mexican cuisine, and Route 66 on your itinerary. Save room in your budget for a splurge. Albuquerque is the hot air ballooning capital of the world, making it the perfect place to experience this thrilling adventure. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 1. San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio is a must-see location to get an authentic taste of life in Texas, American history, and Mexican culture. It's a very affordable city that welcomes tourists all year round. Texas is one of the cheapest states to visit, and it's got a lot to offer travelers. One of the most popular things to do in San Antonio and attractions in the city is free, the San Antonio River Walk. The River Walk is nearly 15 miles, so get your walking shoes on. Explore one of the many public parks, including Eisenhower Park, Brackenridge Park, the Japanese Tea Gardens, and the Botanical Gardens. For a dose of history, visit the Alamo, one of the most historical sites in the U.S. Try natural bridge caverns for cave tours. Go for a swim at Pickrell Park or have a picnic at Crescent Bend Nature Park. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchZilla and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.